let's start off with materials. I am going to use a 4mm hook to crochet my sunflower. Then I am using a wooden stick for the stem of my sunflower. I am using all cotton yarn, which is yellow, green and brown for my sunflower. Obviously we'll need some scissors, some glue to stick our flower together, and some stuffing. I used cotton stuffing here because I did not have the actual stuffing, so let's start off. So we are going to start off with this circle, which is the seed of our sunflower. So for that we'll use the brown yarn, and we are going to form a magic ring right here. So if you want to know how to make a magic ring, you can scroll and look through my videos. So we are going to pull up a loop, and we are going to make 5 single crochets in the magic ring. So here we have 1 single crochet, and we are going to continue with the second one, and I'll meet you at the 5th one. So I'm done with the 5th one, and I'm tightening the loop so it's better. Then we are going to slip stitch in the first stitch right there. So to slip stitch, you are going to pull up a loop and you are going to pull through. So you have your slip stitch, and now in the round 2 you are going to increase in all stitches. For that you are going to make 2 single crochets in all of the stitches, and at the end of this row you will have 10 single crochets in total. Okay, so I'm done with the 10 stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch in the first stitch of the second row, and my row 2 is ended. Now with the row 3 I am going to single crochet in the first stitch and 2 single crochets in the second stitch right here, which will create an increased stitch, and we are going to continue this till the end of the row. At the end we'll have 15 single crochets in total. So I'm done, and I am going to slip stitch in the first stitch to end row 3 and start off with row 4, in which we'll do 2 single crochets and an increased stitch and repeat it at the end of the row 4, and we are going to have in total 20 stitches. So here I have my 20th stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch in the first stitch to end row 4, and I'm going to start off with row 5, in which I will do 3 single crochets and an increased stitch. So we have our first single crochet, and then we have our second single crochet and the third one, and in the second stitch we are going to make an increased stitch, which is basically 2 single crochets together in the same stitch. So here we have it, and at the end of row 5 you will have 25 single crochets. So here I have my 25th stitch, and I am going to slip stitch in the first stitch to end my row 5, and we are going to move to row 6, which is the last one. Okay, so in the last round we are going to make 4 single crochets and an increased stitch. So what we are going to do is we are going to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then single crochet in the second stitch, 3rd single crochet in the 3rd stitch, 4th single crochet in the 4th stitch, and then we are going to make 2 single crochets in the 5th stitch, which is counted as an increase, and we are going to repeat this till the end of the row, and we'll have 30 single crochets. So we are done now, and we are going to pull up a loop and snip off the excess thread, and this is our seed and base of our sunflower. We are going to repeat the same pattern for the back of our sunflower, which is going to be in green, and you can use brown as well if you do not have green, but I'll be making the same thing in green. Now I made another one, and I'm going to pull up a loop and snip the excess, and we are going to have 2 of them now. So now we have the 2 circles, which is the front and the back of sunflower. We are going to attach them together and start off with our petals. So now that we have our both, we are going to take loop from both of the stitches, from the brown and the green both. As shown in the video, this will attach both of our back and front together and make our petals as so. So now we are going to take the yellow thread for the petals and insert the loop from both of our threads. Let's start off with petals. So for petals, we are going to chain 4. After that, we have to make 3 treble crochets in the second stitch, and those 3 treble crochets would be stitched together. So we are going to take 2 loops on our hook and pull up a loop from the second stitch, and after that we'll have 4 loops on our hook. We are going to pull through 2, and now we have 2 loops, and we are going to continue the same thing. Take 2 loops, pull up another loop, pull through 2, and we have 3 loops on our hook, and we are going to do that another time for the third treble crochet, and we are going to pull through 2 and pull through 2. Now we have 4 loops on our hook, and we are going to pull through all, and this is how we are going to do 3 treble crochets together. Then we are going to make a pickup stitch, and for that we are going to chain 3, and we are going to slip stitch in the first chain. Now that we have our pickup stitch, we are going to end our petal with chaining 4 and slip stitching it in the third stitch. Make sure you are pulling the loop through both of the stitches so it's stitched together. And here we have our first petal of our sunflower, and we are going to continue this same pattern for all of our petals, and I'll meet you at the end. So I am halfway done, and we are going to stuff it now. So I have an opening over here which I'm going to stuff it to give my sunflower a structure. So let's do it. So after you're done with your stuffing, you are going to continue the same pattern for the petals, and we are going to make the rest of the petals, and after that we are going to be done with our main sunflower, and then we are going to move forward to its stem and how to attach all these things together. So now that I'm done, I am going to cut off the excess thread, and I am going to knot both of the threads, loose threads out there, so it's perfectly stitched together and does not go anywhere. So for the stem of the sunflower, I am going to use this wooden stick, which is going to be my stem, and I'm going to use this super glue to stick everything together. So first off, I am going to insert my wooden stick and see where I have to place my stick, so it's basically in between of where I left. Then I'll apply a glue and stick it inside. After my stick is glued to the sunflower, I am going to give it a perfect look by finishing off with wrapping the stick with the green thread. My sunflower is all done, and the last step I'm going to do is weave in the excess thread, and it will be all perfect. So the last step is to wrap up in a bouquet. So I'm taking this scrap gift paper here, and I'm going to fold it like so and put my sunflower in the middle, and we are going to scrunch up at the end to give it a good effect, and then we are going to tie it in a bow, and then we'll have our sunflower bouquet all ready